Hi everyone, I'm Mike Gore, and welcome to our first bonus episode of Xenogears. Today we are going to take a thorough look through the kernel menu glitch. Once more, you can only access the kernel menu glitch on original PSX hardware or PSX emulator with disk swapping. To access the kernel menu glitch, you got to get into a battle. Swap disk 1 for disk 2, then exit the battle without triggering the results screen. If successful, be sure to swap back to disk 1 before accessing the menu. But first, if you wish to do away with this annoying sound you hear in the background, all you have to do is save your game. And that completely gets rid of the sound. All you have to do to access the save menu is to press up once, and then press X. And as an aside, I am also just going to get this over and done with for our benefit. I am maxing out everybody's stats, and I will show you where you can get all these items in the near future. See? Max stats for everyone. Now, here's the first set of equipments, right 4, up 14. There are 355 non-glitch items in this game, and you can grab 277 of those items right off the bat. The other 78 episodes need to be found, and 28 of those 78 items need to be farmed to max out. So we got a lot of content to cover. And the benefits about the kernel menu glitch is that it gets you can max out everybody's stats. That's how I did it. You can get max skill right away. And as I said before, you can max out on 277 of the 355 games that are free items that are freely available in the base game itself. This is a glitch, so that means it's a glitch and it's not a sequence breaking one. So accessing the kernel menu glitch actually counts. So no, I'm not cheating or going through anything dishonest. Unfortunately, as I said before, you can't do this on more modern hardware. You can't do this on a PS2, or at least not a PS2 Slim. This is only the North American release of Xenogears. As far as I can tell, it doesn't work on the Japanese version. And shop 4, right 4, up 14, that shop has most of the normal items, the consumable items in the game that you can buy in any shop, right off the bat. So that's why it's taking so long to buy everything. Now, if you're playing this on PS2, PS3, PlayStation Network on either PS3, PS4, PSP, PS Vita, or maybe even PS5 if it's available there. Next up, right 4, up 18. I'm just cutting out the load times and the long waits. And, yeah. I'm just doing this thing. But if you're not playing on the original PlayStation or PlayStation emulator with disk swapping, with the actual physical game on you, then you won't be able to access the kernel menu at all. So this only applies to those who own the original hardware and software of the game. And to be fair, I would not recommend going for a perfect playthrough if you don't own the physical hardware already. Because this game can take because As I said, there are 78 items that are unaccounted for in the kernel menu that are legitimate, and 20 of these and 28 of these need to be farmed. It took me over 200 hours to get all those items to 99 copies each. And next up, right 4 up 32, that will get me what the remaining items. More specifically, the drives, the Tragedine, Comedine, and Simpsons Hair. This is how I'm able to max out everybody's stats as early as Disc 1. And for those of you later on looking for to get Chu-Chu, Chu-Chu's stats cap when his normal stats cap. Chu-Chu and his giant Chu-Chu stats cap when normal Chu-Chu's stats cap. So there's no way to bolster them any further than what you saw in the final episode. Speaking of which, the kernel menu glitch the kernel menu itself was an actual thing programmed in the game by developers. There are some people who view this as as cheating. It's a glitch, okay? It's a glitch involving actual hardware, and I'm not sequence breaking. Glitches are allowed to be used and are heavily encouraged as a means of achieving a perfect playthrough. So imagine trying to farm for 355 of them to 99 to the max available without the kernel menu glitch. Just think about it for a second. And you can take away all the items that are normally available in shops. You still have to buy all those. You need to max out your gil and be able to max on all their available wares before you head off to past points of no return, like entering Solaris, or will eliminate most every shop in the game just like that. Then you also have to take into account too that entering Solaris also removes a number of random encounters. Many of these random encounters don't appear all that often. When they do, they seldom ever drop the items in question. Now, of the 78 items, we're going to the equipments. And I'm just going to go through what the minimum amount of shops possible to go to the legit shops. That is shops 4-1 through 435. Those are generally considered the legit shops. Granted, a decent chunk of them have been dummied out of the base game, but who's keeping track? Right 4 up 7 is the shop that holds the fabled ether doubler. An item that is notoriously expensive, and once you pass a certain point, once you enter Bevel Tower, you're not supposed to be able to get to return and buy more of those. But apparently there's a glitch, or if you save your game at the shop where they sell ether doublers in Nissan, and then reset afterwards, you can go and buy ether doublers at your leisure. And that's definitely a glitch because they changed the wares once you re-enter. Alright, 413, I believe that's Nortune. I think that's Nortune's A block that has these items. Whatever. So there's definitely some interesting things I'm going to show off when I go replay the entire game and show off the best and latest moments in which you can farm for each of the 28 items I speak of, as well as grab the other 50 items. Though a good chunk of them are kind of key items that you are required to run into. I want to make sure there are no stones unturned. 4, right 15. I'm struggling to figure out which shop this could be, but if I have to take a guess, it's probably the Tams. Yeah, I think it's the Tams. Because they give you early ammo and a martial rod, serpent sting. And that would be the part where the whole party reunites, including Ellie and Bart. You can use those two for the first time together. And it is right as you are about to recruit Billy. So definitely lots of interesting things going on here. And for the record, I'm doing this in the next bonus episode on emulator. The reason for this is two reasons. Number one, for the kernel menu, I don't want to screw anything up. The second reason is because, well, actually 3 reasons. The second reason is because the PSX, the AV cords for my PSX are completely fried. Alright, right 4 of 31 has a ton of items to shop for. And I believe this shop is supposed to be Snowfield Hideout. Because the Wonder Whip and Yamame sword. Actually, it could be the ammo relic shops. That's hard to tell. Yeah, this is kind of boring. I'm only doing this because I'm at that point where I might as well just go shopping for all the ammo. And this has pretty much all the ammo except for the ether ammo. That's the one thing missing in this shop. But that's fine by me. So what are the 78 items? I'm gonna start with the 28 that you can farm for. Zazul DX, Hob Jerky, Hob Meat, Hob Steak, Eyeballs, Scales, Bisfruit, Nissan, Inert Seed, Inert Fruit, Bolemi Seed, Toy Gun, Minigun, Gear, Gold Bullion, Ivory, RPS Badge, HNS Badge, Tag Badge, Mermaid Tier, UFO Photo. Wait, not the badges in the Mermaid Tier. Screw that. No. But the UFO photo, yes. Book 2, Spider, Spider Web, Iron Helmet, Kaiser Helm, Speed Shoes, Muscle Belt, Insulate Armor +1, Angel Seal Armor, Angel Armor S, Anti-Angel Systems, and No, not Deathblow 2. That's completely wrong. There's only 2 Deathblow 2s in the whole game. Alright, so let me count that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Around 27, 28 items. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You want to, and now right 4 of 19. So I can max out on the ether ammo. And that Shavat shop, I know this because of the elemental rods plus dynamite rod and the ether ammos are all available in Shavat. Now where was I? Oh yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Alright, 21, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 27 items. Deathblower 2's not one of them. 27 of the 50 of the 78 items we need to farm for. And the worst ones to farm for by far, the ones that are just going to make you tear your head out. Whew. Xenogears DX, because you either have to do Merry-Go-Pop Hard Mode on your initial visit. And right 4 up 23. I think that's just about all the remaining items. Let me check. Trying to figure it out. Where are we? I mean, the worst items to farm in the base game. Let's see. Hog meats are, well, okay, you can still buy the hog jerky, meat, and steak from Bledavik before heading off to Solaris. Xenogears DX, you either play Merry-Go-Pop Hard Mode on your first visit to Bledavik, or you beat Queenie in speed and hope for the best. Right, 4 up 34, that gets us the leather equipment. Let's see. And right 4 up 33. This is technically a glitch shop. Gets us most of this dragon drop, so we don't have to worry about farming these items. As well as the golden vest and golden hood, so we don't have to farm for those in the snowfield hideout. So very useful stuff. Very, very useful. Gold bullion off the Death Eaters are a pain in the butt to farm for. And there's no way to bolster that up with Trader Card because that's a common drop, not a rare one. I call it a rare common drop. Right 4 up 35. And that is Solaris shops. I definitely know that's Solaris because of the Crimson Vest and Feather Cap and the Matchlock. Right 4 up 25, that gets us Sonic Wave, Thor's Thunder, and Speedring S. That is definitely an unconventional order to go about doing things, to say the least. But whatever. Just maxing these out, and I think we are just about done with the initial batch. And now, right 4 down 4, that'll get us B&J. This is our first true glitch shop. That'll get us B&J M686 gun and the battle dress. Just note, do not go past the items that you will need whenever going to these shops, because if you do, you run the risk of crashing the game and you will have to start this over again. So I'm only doing the bare minimum each time I go into these glitch shops. because most of them are even the ones that you can actually access are unstable. See, if I go any further past Desert Worm here, I could crash the game. So I'm not gonna do that. Right, 4 down 11. Got a Slender Rod. The only place to get the... And some of these items appear multiple times in the kernel menu glitch, and some of these items are also or items that were dummied out of the final game, like the Ether Dark ammo. But I'm gonna skip those items because here's the thing. Even if I were to go for all the glitch items in the game, a good chunk of these are... And by the way, the items lower down, like Airyberry Fang and Kislev map, particularly the Kislev map, clues us in that we can actually reach the bottom in this here shop. Just note that when purchasing key items, you have to buy something else on top of that, otherwise the game will treat it like you aren't buying anything. Because they have no value. So you need to buy them with something else worth money, or else the purchase will not go through. Here I'm just going to get the Queen's Rod, Metal Vest, and Silver Beret. Once again, don't move past the items on the list, or you could crash the game. And it's right 4 down 12. And right 4 down 15 is the Sengoku sword. I'm just going to buy that here. Now I did do some notes and some double looks, and Sengoku swords are available later on. But at some point I decided, you know what, I'm just going to try to get this over with. So right 4 down 20. Off water means I don't want to go in durian juice. Means I could probably go past them, but I'm not going to. Here's the Goddess Robe. Chu-Chu Idol. Again, you want to be careful when going to these glitch shops because not all of them are stable. Durian juice and Off water. And as I was saying, Gold Bullion, Zesol DX and Gold Bullion are a pain to grind for. Our helmets aren't so bad. Once you get a hang of it with Marigold Pop, it's easy to farm for them, but on hard mode, Zesol DX is a nightmare. Here I just want to buy Cobra Kraka, because I don't know when or if I'll find another one down the line. And I'm not going to... And opportunity cost here isn't works. Now I just gotta scroll down here until I find the BJ M10 gun. It's B&J M10, you sick fucks. Not BJ. Though I imagine you can blow someone's head off with that. Alright, there's quite a few items here, which means that this is a fairly stable shop, particularly the Alphanana and Radish. However, normal items don't guarantee stability. Key items guarantee stability. So, I'm just taking my time because I don't want to crash the game. I don't want to take any chances. And some of these items have similar names like Battle Vest, Battle Dress. But you gotta be careful because some of these items are glitched. Mermaid Ring, Alphanana. And let's be careful. Here's the Radish. There we are. But iron helmets are a bane to grind for, but not that big a pain. Kaiser helms, it could be bad against the dragons, but at the same time, it's not that bad. Alright, the Magrava map basically means I could reach the bottom of the menu. That's right for, yeah, I can, that's right for up 40. So I can definitely reach the bottom. However, I need to buy some stuff. Luckily, there are stuff for us to buy before I pick it up. Such as the kingly armor, devil dress, the slayer robe, if I can find it. Where is it? Ah, here we are. So, those of you who are scared to death of Alpha Veltal, no pressure. And we're gonna max out Merkava map here as well. Just double checking. And I gotta go right for up 46, that's Whiplasher. Have you seen me skipping ahead of a ton of shops? It's not just that a lot of them don't have anything of value, or have stuff that isn't available in other shops, but a good chunk of them will cause the game to crash, and you have to start over. So right 4 down 65 is the Ruby helmet. I mean, they will crash as soon as you access them. Speed shoes and muscle belts can be a pain, but not really. I also should mention ivory. Is ivory on a list? Yeah. But there's Ammo Relic 2 to fix that. Executor gown. So again, no pressure in case Opium Orf gives you trouble. Right, 4 down 67 for the mermaid mail, and this is one of those similar name things. It's not mermaid ring this time, it's mermaid mail. And that's not a glitched out item at all. Alright, 4 down 93 is Bart Jr. doll. Want to be careful here. You know, I'll talk more about the items that are a pain in the butt to farm for once we reach the gear shops. Step shoes. By the way, we start with a step shoes, compliments of Satan. But now we can max out on them. If we can find them, we gotta be careful. There we are. Those are my skill step shoes. And right 4 up 114 is dark armor. I can tell just by looking at the screen that this is a pretty unstable shop, so I'm out here. Right, 4 up 117, definitely unstable. So once I get the cool shades and red mail, I'm out. Where are they? Where are they? Where are they? I think we're just about done with the shopping here. Just about. There we go. And right 4 down 120 will give us Bolimi fruit. There's also apparently Bolimi seeds available here, but for whatever reason, the game won't cough them up. And I don't know why. I'm going to give you a better example here, because right 4 up 130 is our last shop for now, and that's Hercules Ring, Gallant Belt, Gold Nugget, and Book 1. Because we need to buy items on this shop as well, That means we can pick up book 1. Here's the gallant belt. Alright, kingly armor, marine, gold nugget. Oh, here it is. And let's see. Where are you, book 1? There we are. And now let's scroll down. Oh, we don't actually see it. There. Now I'm gonna go buy the parts we need. I'm gonna start with right 5 up 17 because that allows us to immediately upgrade the Veltal and Heimdall's armor straight away, and it gives us instant access to the best gear parts and weapons in the game as well. This is basically the same shop as the shop that you can buy the stat boosting drives from, which is Big Joe's. So once I max on these items here, that's... Yeah, I definitely decided to start right 5 up 17 instead of doing them in order, simply because it's far more convenient that way, to make sure that everyone's gears are properly taken care of. There's G-Godson ammo. Might as well. Extra armor plus 7. This is right 5 up 16. I'm going in backwards order here. And this is going to take a long while, so let's go back to talk about the items of the 27 items I need to farm on my own. Which ones are the worst? Xenogears DX and Iron Helmet from the Merry-Go Pop minigames, first visit. While the Iron Helmets aren't too bad because you can see clearly and there's a consistent pattern with the balloons there, Xenogears DX thought it would be a good idea to basically make you colorblind. And the only other way to grab those once you make it past the first visit through Bledavik is to challenge Queenie over and over and over again and hope she coughs them up. And Queenie is a bitch to beat in a game of speed, so that's definitely not something I recommend. Let's see. The Anorette seeds, Anart fruit, and Bolemi seeds. You know, besides the Merry-Go Pop, you can revisit the Bledavik fairs to get the Anorette seeds from Merry-Go Pop or Bolemi seeds from Who's Balloons in their default difficulties. Or you could do the Northern Ballerinas. Those are sorta annoying to farm for, but not the worst in the world because, well, you just have to grind. It just takes a long time to grind when you're not good at Who's Balloon or Merry-Go Pop. And with the Anorette fruit, you have to go to the Northern Ballerina farm for those. Gold Bullions are a pain because Death Eater is a rare encounter in Ammo Relic 1. Surrounded by enemies that could deal a shit ton of damage against you easily. Even though it's the common drop, so the trigger card doesn't work, and it almost never drops it. Probably took up 100 hours by itself to reach 99 copies of. Man. And that's just in-game time. Let's see here. I already talked about iron helmets. And shop is right 5 up 15. That gives us the best gear, most of the best gear upgrades for most of your other party members. And you can access Z Gold 100, which is the best armor in the game for your programmers. Like, oh, this is a glitch shop. And I was like, oh yeah, I have to swap over to Heimdall. And there's Z Gold 100. And I need to get Veltal the Z Gold 100 as well. Right, 5 up 14. Not a whole lot of items to farm for. I want to mention iron helmets, so Kaiser helmets can be lengthy, but with the trader card, if you run into the right dragon, it's guaranteed. Speed shoes and muscle belt take a while to farm for as well, with even with the trader card, because sluggers and ripplers don't like to appear all that much, especially the ripplers. But they're not too bad. Insulate armor plus ones are a pain because the only place to farm for them is off Aragonites at the Sargasso point. And you can't even max out your death blows down there. You are basically trapped and you have to beat the crap out of the enemies with your own power. And this is the best upgrade specifically for the Veltal. Although I also want to max out the Veltal's fuel. Don't need to go to the armor anymore. Obviously I want to restore my fuel. And right 5 up 5 is we're back to buying a bunch of stuff again. Seal armor isn't too bad because Atone actually appear frequently enough, and though it's a rare drop, it drops it pretty frequently. It doesn't drop it that infrequently. In Angel Armor S and Anti-Angel systems only took me a few days to beat, and the most of that time wasted was because I was working. So really the hardest items to farm for are Insulate Armor plus ones, Gold Bullion, and Zeasoldi DXs. Simply due to their exclusivities. At least due to their exclusive natures. At least Gold Bullion are not missable. So that's the hardest, most pain in the ass item to get that isn't missable. So how much more do we need? Right, 5 up 7. Alright, just have to buy these extra armor parts, and then the Hot Rod G. So I'm guessing this is Norton, because the Hot Rod G is an item here. Of course, it could also be I don't remember. Right, 5 up 8, extra armor plus 4, light armor plus 1, ADE circuits, beam jammer ground, and some more ammo. This is definitely kind of a boring part, so especially since there's no music. If you must know, I actually went all the way. for the kernel menu glitch, I just did the first battle in the game because the odds of it working are guaranteed, assuming, of course, that you're on actual hardware. So the original PlayStation, Disc 1, and the first battle, which is a scripted battle, more of a cinematic if anything, you can guarantee the kernel menu glitch. And that's why there's no music. If this was fresh off a random battle, you would pick up on it via the music. Right, 5 up 10. Jesus freaking Christ. Now, Ivory's not that bad. Once you get the trader card, you could just, even if you're grinding the speed shoes and muscle belts and you're still short on Ivory, all you have to do is return to Ammo Relic 2 and farm the Ivory there with the trader card equipped. The hot meat can be difficult if you put it off until Disc 2. Not so much, but there is a Bledivac fair at the tail end of Disc 1 that you can actually buy them from, from a vendor. Scales are easy, because Croaker tribes appear in 6s. Biz fruits are easy, especially if you're grinding them at the same time as, what are they? The speed shoes and muscle belts. Especially if you're equipped with the trader card, which guarantees the drop. UFO Photo, alongside the Spider Web, and Book 1 are just annoying to farm for. They're not are just time consuming, but they're not like bad. I was able to max them all out in one day, for God's sake. Probably could have saved the ammo for last once more, but I didn't. Oh well, better late than never. I wonder what shop this is. And right, 5 up 12, which is also technically glitch shop because Angel Armor Plus 1s aren't supposed to be available anywhere. And neither are the gold plates for that matter. Saves me the hassle of farming for these. Just double checking. And now we access the gear shop, so we can now finish the shops in the column 4. Because that completely changes out the inventories of all the glitch shops from shops 440 through 4255. And this gives us access to the wedding dress at 448, Yamao's sword and Yamao's sword and angelic robes in 456. Once more, don't move past the items that you're looking for, or you will crash the game, as none of these shops are fully stable. In fact, shops 40 through like 96 or something will crash if you scroll too far, and anything past 96 will crash immediately. Now it's time to access the gear shops. Forewarning, every single gear shop is stable, so long as but the tune-up options are not. So do not tune up your gears in any of the glitch shops at all. But as far as parts and weapons goes, 100% stable. And this allows us to actually max out on virtually every single gear part and weapon in the game. The only exceptions to this... Let me see the notes. The Kishin Sword is the only gear weapon that you cannot max out on. You can max out on all the other character weapons, but as far as gear weapons, Kishin Sword is the lone exceptions. The aforementioned insulated armor +1 and seal armor cannot be purchased here. Though you can purchase seal armor +1s, but that's a glitched item. Angel Armor S and Anti-Angel systems cannot be bought here. And items that are exclusive commodities alongside the Kishin Sword are the Old Circuit, A and C, and Deathblower 2. For what it's worth, Insulate Armor +1 is the only... Well, no, that's not true. The only gear parts that you can farm for on foot is seal armor. So that's gonna be a pain in the butt. But on the bright side, seal armors are the ideal place to farm for death blows. Once you have everyone. Especially since you get a ton of wizardry, all 3 wizardry rings by then. Wait, is that true? Let me check. No, you only get 1 wizardry ring by then, as a drop from Axon. But that's alright. I had no idea what was going on there. Right, 5 down 5 for a 02 cylinder. I think what happened was that one of my inputs was locked in the opposite direction, so I couldn't move to my cursor from the no to the yes for some reason, but I was able to fix it. And there are almost no glitched weapons the rest of the way. Right now I'm just gonna shop pretty much for the rest of this run. You're basically just seeing me go to each shop one at a time. That's right, 5 down 10. But again, it's kind of leisurely that way. I want to show off that you can access any gear shop in the game, go and try buy whatever parts or weapons that you need, and none of them will crash your game. The only thing that will crash your game in these glitch shops are the tune-up options. Here we're going to buy extra armor +6. Could I have streamlined this better? Yeah. And I did buy the seal armor +1, but that was under the... but I'm still investigating whether or not it's possible to actually get this item in the base game, as there are some contradictory sources saying that you can or you can't. And from personal experience, the answer is no. You can't ever get steel armor +1. But But I like to be proven wrong. If somebody can show me a picture or footage, let me know. Here's the Kijin sword. Interestingly enough, Kijin sword is an exclusive item, but the item that you are supposed to turn it into, the Kijin sword, you can buy in the kernel menu. Who thought? Silver armor +1. Death blower 1. 5 up 30. For the record, shops 20 through 29 don't sell anything. Seal barrier. Death blower 3, which is 5 up 49. Interestingly enough, Death blower 2 is absent from the kernel menu, making it an exclusive item. Sea circuit +1, and that's a huge pain in the ass to farm for, alongside the simp circuits, if you don't have access to the kernel menu glitch. You get those off of spear troopers, which seldom ever appear, and don't like to drop them very much. Here's the silver armor. That way you don't have to try to manipulate both Littlefoot fights to get both items as exclusives. GM10 gun, which is 5 down 63. Where are you? Oh yeah, it's weapons. Yeah, I knew that. Just double checking. Light alloy. It's not light allow, it's light alloy. That's a typo right there. Alright, 5 up 63, and I think we're nearing the end of my shopping here. Am I? Right, 5 up 66, that's insulated armor. And is there anything else worth picking up? No. And finally, Serpent G Whip, which is 5 up 88. Now time to return to the save menu. And I want to show this off, because I want to completely unequip Faye for a moment. Just gonna pack them with evasion rings, and for the record, this item does indeed stack. But let me see if there's anything else I want instead of a third one. I guess I'll do Speed Ring S for now. And one last item to unequip are Satan's glasses, but I will give him otherwise I will give him basically the same setup for the early game. We don't have access to speed shoes and won't really have any access to them for quite a long time. And this will also allow us to remove the old circuits as well. So that's 2 items. So already, even though there are 78 items to go after, We have just knocked 2 items off, just like of those 70 items off right off the bat. So that's 76 items that you have to go after. But if you want to get real technical, it's more like 70 that you have to go out of your way to get. Let's see. Pilot uniform, AC, frolic, holy habit. One, two, three. Four, 5, 6. Anyways, it's time to wrap this up. If you like what you see here, leave a like, comment, subscribe to my channel. I greatly appreciate it. With all out of the way, this is Mike Gorin, sign out.